In the month of June, my boring business did $100,668. And I did this by simply just finding the vehicle that has made the most millionaires from broke to rich and just copying their success. And in this video, I'm gonna literally pull back the curtain on the exact industry that I got into and step by step everything that I did so you can just copy me. And I already know what you're thinking. Here's some dude with a small income channel and a big income claim. He's gonna try and sell me some 997 course, huh? I'm not gonna sell you a single thing. As a matter of fact, I literally have nothing to sell you. I'm literally just trying to document the journey. So I'm gonna break down how I went from drinking my life away in college, being $37,000 in debt, having no idea what I wanted to do, to doing $101,000 last month, so you can just copy me, because I'm not special by any means at all. So lock in for the next 10 to 15 minutes and let's get to it. Okay, so here's the proof that we actually did it. In the first week of June, we sold 18,900. So I sold, here are the number breakdowns. I sold 9, Wyatt 5, Gunner 2.4. This was Gunner's first week. He started on Thursday. So you can see like Gunner this next week sold 5.5. And this first like 2 days he sold 2.4. So it ended up being like 7, 8K in his first week, which he's a fucking dog for. Lewis is sold 600. Kaleb was dealing with some like personal things for this month, a lot of it. So he didn't sell much until kind of like the last week. And Colin as well sold 1.6. So we started the week off at $18,900. Then week 2, I sold 9.5K. Wyatt sold 5.5. Gunner sold 5.5. Then, like I said, Lewis has another job, so he's like part-time, but he just quit. Kaleb again, 1,800. Colin, 4K. Thomas, it was his first day this Friday, and then he sold on Saturday, so he did 672, so 27,000 that week. Week 3, this is our worst week. I sold 8,400, and then I don't want to like bore you guys with everything, but here are the numbers. We sold $17,664 that week. And then the last week of June, we had 2 10K days, so 10K on Tuesday, and 12K on Friday. And so I ended up selling like 12K. Wyatt sold 9 racks. Kaleb sold 5 racks. Gunner sold 1.5. Thomas 3.3. So we ended that week at 32,000. Oh, okay, and I'm missing one screenshot because Saturday was not the last day of June. We had another Monday. So it was Monday, and then July 1st was, I believe, Tuesday. So on Monday, we sold 4,400, something like that. So that's why it's not in the breakdowns. Regardless, we ended up doing $100,668. Now, I want to be completely transparent with you guys. This is not all profit, right? I did not profit all this into my bank account last month. And that's something a lot of gurus won't tell you. This is just what my team produced for the month. I'm still blessed to say I'll end up taking home probably as much as my teacher's salary for the year. But I didn't want to mention this is not all profit. This is the revenue number that we did for the month. So the industry that I did it in was selling life insurance, or I don't like the word selling, but just building a life insurance business. And I know when I saw this industry, I was like, what the fuck? There's no way people are making money doing this. This is an old people industry. It sounds boring as fuck. And it's super simple and it's super boring, but it's the industry that has made the most millionaires, right, from broke to rich. Now, real estate's the industry that has genuinely just made the most millionaires, but it's a different story, becoming rich to richer versus broke in debt to making $1 million a year. And so it was the industry that was making the most millionaires, the financial services industry. So I was literally why don't I just go copy exactly what they're doing? It just made the most sense to me. And the reason why the industry is so good is because, number one, you never run out of leads. So people need life insurance, right? It's a needs-based product, meaning people need it. It's not something that people want. If you're running a dropshipping store or Amazon FBA and you're selling supplements, it's oh, I want some supplements. I'm going to buy supplements. Let me break it down like this. So if you're going to buy supplements from a store and you're buying some protein powder and it's $50, right? Let's say you're selling protein powder for $50 and you end up having to spend money on ads. You have to pay for the protein powder. So out of that $50, you probably make maybe 20% of that. So it'd be $10. So you sell something for $50 and you make $10, right? If you sell a life insurance policy for $50, you'll get paid $450. It's stupid. It's retarded. I don't know how it makes any sense, but that's how it works. I'll explain exactly how it works in a second. But basically, it's a needs-based product, so people need it. It's not like buying protein powders. Like, I just want some protein powders. Like, I need this to protect my family. You never run out of leads because you can sell to literally anybody in the whole United States. Nobody's unqualified. You can help everyone. And the average person gets life insurance 6 different times in their lifetime. So that gives us everyone in the whole U.S. to sell life insurance to 6 different times. So you and your team never run out of people to sell it to. Like, the people need it that you're giving it to. So it's going to sell itself, essentially. It's not like solar where it's like, oh, you got to get like a bunch of panels on your house, blah, blah, blah. The pay is amazing. So I'll explain how the pay works. Let's say how you close a policy for $100 a month, or like $100 to $200 a month, right? What I would say is the average. All you do is you call somebody and you help them get that policy in place. You'll end up getting paid that $100 to $200 a month, right, times 12. So if you close someone on $100 a month, you get paid $1,200. If you close someone on $200 a month, you'll get paid $2,400. And that's just if you're selling it yourself, and that's not talking about like building a team or like anything like that. So it's insanity, because it's like, well, what's easier for just talking about sales? Like selling something for $2,400 and then making $2,400, or selling something for $200 a month and then making $2,400 up front, you know? So it's insane. The pay is amazing. It's a needs-based product and you never run out of leads. Also, it's a copycat business. So with this type of thing, like imagine you were to have like a drop shipping store or like some other like online money business model or something like that, like an AI agency. There's so many different things you would have to test. Like, what's the offer I'm going to run, right? What are the ads I'm going to put up, right? What is the sales process, right? What's the content, right? And what's like the product or the niche, depending on like what you're doing. So there's so many different variables that like it's really easy to fuck up. And if you fuck one of them up and you're doing everything else right, the odds of you making a lot of money are pretty slim. So the thing I love about this industry is it's a copycat business. All you have to do is copy exactly what other people have done and saw the success, and you'll see the same results, right? So it's like, he did this, and then 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 he was living my dream life. So if I do those 5 steps, but I just do it faster, I'll be living my dream life. So it's that simple, right? And it's that scalable. And so it's not a matter of like, okay, will this work? It's like, this will work as long as I do these things that I know I need to do, right? And so like at the end of the day, all it is a script, leads, and scaling a team, right? Those are the only 3 things that could go wrong. So there's not that many variables where you could fuck up and not make any money. Number 3, there's going to be recurring revenue, which is something amazing to have in a business, right? So like the way this works is like, let's say you close somebody on a $100 a month policy, you get that times 12. The next year you get 10% of that. So $100 a month times 12, you would end up getting paid 10% of that, which would be $120 next year. So there's recurring revenue, so you're not like super reliant on like always closing new people every single month. And the last thing is there's a low barrier to entry. Like, you literally don't need any money to start, right? As long as you're coachable and you have a work ethic, then you're good. And you will make a lot of money in this industry. I'm not going to sit here and be like, this is so easy. It's the easiest thing in the world, but it's the most simple. And in my eyes, after running marketing agencies, after running coaching programs, after literally doing pretty much every online business model and like coaching people doing every online business model, like in my eyes, this is like the most effective and guaranteed way for somebody to come in, make money fast. So this is kind of what the process and the team looks like for me to be able to do those numbers that I just showed you, right? So I have 6 agents with me, right? And it's me. So it's six agents plus me. So 7 people selling total, plus an admin assistant, right? And what she helps do is like just all the admin stuff that I don't have time to do. But basically I didn't start with all this, right? I literally just started with me and my phone and a Wi-Fi connection, and that was it. My first month I sold 20K. My second month my team did 40K. And my third month we did 100K together, right? So like I said, first month I sold 20, second month I sold 40, third month me and my team did 100K. So kind of the way that it works is like the agents are plugged into the system, right? So like the new agents come on, they get free leads, so they don't have to come out of pocket, they don't have to pay for any ads or pay for any leads like that. They get the carrier connection. So basically what that means is like there's like insurance carriers. So that would be equivalent to like Geico is a car insurance carrier. There's like life insurance carriers. So like some that we work with would be like Corbridge Financial, Mutual of Omaha, and things like that. So you get the connections to the carriers because it's not possible for you to get the connections to the carriers by yourself. They get the script and then they get daily training and support. It's actually like fucking sick how we have this set up because it makes it like really, really simple for people to come in and see success because obviously they don't have to pay for leads, right? They don't have to worry about like the admin carrier connections. They don't have to make a script. There's literally a script that sold millions and millions of dollars of insurance. And then there's daily training and support. And like the cool thing about it is like I'm literally on Zoom with some people on my team right now. Wait. And so they're just going to be selling, right? Like they're dialing right now, like selling some policies. They'll stay unmuted. And if they need help, like they're getting an objection or something like that, they want to bring like a new team member, they have a question, like I'm just here, I'll just unmute and I'll talk to them. And so like it's also super helpful because like when new people come on, they join the Zoom if they want to. It's like open all day. And like I'll be on calls like unmuted so you can hear how I'm handling objections. You can hear how some of my top guys are handling objections. You can talk to guys writing 30, 40, 50K a month and every single day and be like, what are you doing? And so you can also see that it's like very real because like my new guys get free leads, right? And so like since we're all in Zoom together, there's so many people closing off the free leads every day. So they just realize like how possible it is. Like I literally had someone named Zubair come on 2 days ago, and I think it was 2 days ago. And yesterday he sold one for $114 a month, I believe, or $117 a month. So he'll get paid $14.04 on that, right, in his second day. And so the only reason he was able to do it so fast is because obviously he got free leads. Obviously he had the script. But like I was literally like there being like, say this, say this, say this. He had me in an AirPod and he was just saying it, repeating it right after me. It was fucking hilarious, but I love it. It makes him more confident, get paid, able to be trained faster so he can write 20, 30, 40 grand in his first month as long as he's like showing up, putting in the work. But also something we have in place is like call center agents. So like source in Mexico, and they're just dialing and so they can get us live transfers. So like I'll be sitting here, maybe even on this call, I'll get a call, I'll be like, hey, this is Cole, and then the call center agent will transfer me in basically being like, this person wants insurance, Cole, help them get insurance. I'll help them for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'll get paid anywhere between, I would say on average is like $700 to $2,000 per sale. I hope all this is making sense and kind of how the back end set up. But this admin assistant just helps us get everything like admin-wise sorted, like whether that's my emails, whether that's some content, whether that's like just the stuff that just really isn't quote-unquote worth my time. She saves my life. But if you want to get plugged in to this exact system, get free leads, right? A script that sold millions, support from me 24/7 on a Zoom call, literally every single fucking day, anything you ever need for completely free. It's not going to cost you a single dollar. Click the link below, book a call with me personally. We'll talk about how everything works and we'll get you started. The average person that comes on and builds with us, month one, they deposit 10 grand into their bank account. Now that's the average, 8 to 10 grand. Month two, they do 16.5K. So our average person does 16.5K every single month. And then there's obviously people doing 100, 200, 300, 400, multiple millions and things like that. So if you want to see how everything works, click the link below, book a call with me personally, and we'll chat about it. And if you want to get started on your own, this is exactly how you can get started. So step one, you got to get licensed, right? So getting licensed, that's kind of gay and for the lack of a better word, but you just have to pass an exam. The exam, it's honestly pretty simple, but like if you just study for like 3 days really hard, you'll be able to pass. You need a 70. It's really not that hard. But I would just Google how to get your life insurance license in your state. It's state specific, so I can't make a video being like how to get your license because it's like, well, it depends on what state you're in. Usually you'll just book your exam on a website like Psy Exams, or Prometric is another one, or Pearson View is another. So it just depends on what state you're in on like where you'll book your exam. So book your exam, pass your exam, everything like that, study for your exam. Next, find an agency or an IMO. This is the person that gives you the connections to the carriers, right? Because the reason why the insurance carriers are able to pay us so much is because if somebody gets life insurance, they're planning on having it for life. So the average person that buys life insurance is going to make that life insurance carrier so much money over time. So that's why they're willing to pay us all up front for a full year because they know how much they're going to make if we bring them somebody. But what the agency provides is a connection to that carrier. the IMO. I hope that makes sense. Because we can't just be like, hey, Geico, can I sell car insurance for you? Because they're like, they don't know who we are, right? So after that, you would get leads in a script. For leads, you can either do something called SMS blast, ads, cold calls, or anything like that. Obviously, like ads are probably going to be the best, but they cost money. SMS blasts are super cheap. Cold calls are just making cold calls, so that one will be free. And then the script is relatively simple. So all you would need to do is find that agency in IMO, get leads in a script, obviously call the leads with the script, make dials, and then after you sell it, start selling at a high level. So like after you start selling like 30K a month, right? After that, you would just build a team of agents around you and of fucking killers and help them do the same thing. Now, when you're making those calls, like I would say everyone's goal is like, let's get to 30K a month as fast as possible, right? And then when, like, let's say you're not getting to 30K a month, it could be a few things. It could either be the leads you're calling, they could suck, right? It could either be your script, it could be ass, or it's your fault on sales or mindset, right? So it's either lead flow, workflow, or mindset. So it's either your leads suck, you don't have enough leads, you don't fucking work, which obviously you're not gonna make any money, or your mindset's awful, or your script sucks. Those are the only 4 things it can be. So when you're calling, I would track numbers, right? And basically like what a presentation would be when you're making a phone call is like showing them how much the insurance costs. So when you're calling leads, there's something called a presentation. A presentation would just be like showing numbers to somebody, presenting them numbers. And so if you're making 4 presentations a day, so showing numbers of 4 people, you should be closing 2. So you should be making 4 presentations a day and closing 2 a day. And if you're doing that, you're making 30 grand a month. That's just what you're doing. And so if you're not making 4 presentations a day, then you need to maybe fix the intro in your script, fix your tonality at the beginning, or something like that. And then if you're not closing 2 out of 4 of your presentations, maybe your objection handling is bad, you're talking too fast, or something like that. So you just get licensed, you find your IMO, you get your leads in script, which I'll come out with videos on how to do this more in depth. This is just more like an overview. And then make calls, track your numbers, and then improve. And then it's as simple as that. And then after you're at like that 30K a month mark and you really know how to sell, that's when you start like building your own team and things like that. So like I said, if you want me to help you with all of this for completely free, click the link below, book a call with me personally, and we'll just chat about it, everything, like how it works and all that. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.